Hello, fellow wanderers. I'm in university. It has been a while since I've made a video, which is not actually true. I've made a bunch of videos, but editing and posting is hard, so I just didn't get around to it. I hope you can forgive me. I was really hoping to have a Rachel Makesy fall and really go ham, decorate everything, but university is hard. I have a lot of things to do, and so that's not been the case, which is unfortunate, but oh well. The reason you're here, though, is for journaling content. Oh, the anti-suicide chair kicking in. And here she is. She's beautiful. I originally wanted to make a start a new journal video, but I realized my method of starting a new video involves, let's see, the date, my full legal name, and where I live. And you don't need to know that. And so I figured instead we will do some spreads together. It's not something that I've filmed before, but hopefully it goes well and hopefully we all have fun. Before we start, I would just like to talk about my journal. It's leather. I much prefer having a leather journal to a plastic, like faux leather journal. However, I also like animals, and so I don't want to have to buy a new leather journal whenever I want a new journal. Or not whenever I want, whenever I fill up a journal. And so I found Epica. There's several different companies like this in the world, but I use Epica. This is not sponsored, by the way, I'm just obsessed with them. But it's just a bunch of you can't see that, journal refills. And so you can just buy the refills instead of the whole journal. And so I can use this cover until it falls apart, essentially. So I've just finished my first refill, and here is refill number 2. This is what they look like. Side by side, a full one versus a brand new untouched one. I was going to post it with "to be loved is to be changed," but when I sent that to my group chat, I got a bunch of "what are you talking about?" And so I figured that probably was not the best option. Anyways, I have my tea with Peter Rabbit on. I don't know if you can see the Peter Rabbit that's on it, but there is a Peter Rabbit on it. I have oh good lord, I have several boxes of empty tea that I have been saving up / collecting to make spreads with. This morning I watched this video and it just made me really sad for all the tea that I left behind in Colorado. So in theory, in like 2 weeks, when it finally ships, my parents are sending it all to me. And then I'll have like proper tea again and not just bagged tea. But I wanted to do some tea spreads. I also have seen a bunch of these dopa menus, and I want to do that because university is stressful and I would like to not be stressed as much as possible. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. I start every single one of my journals with a sticker, or in the case of my previous journal, which you're about to see here, a poster or magazine cutout, and I base it based on what I want that journal to have in store for me. Next up, we're doing my tea spread, which I wanted to start with. Tea is one of my favorite drinks in the whole wide world, and I wanted to capture that. Something that's super fun is that if you put your tea bags in your journal, like when you flap the journal in your face, you can smell it, and I love having the smell of tea kind of wafting out of my journal. And so I'm not going to get that from the boxes alone, but I thought the boxes would be kind of a cute addition and bulk up my journal a little bit, especially right at the beginning when it's so skinny and sad. So that's what we're doing. I accidentally ripped it several times, and so then I'm trying to fix my mistakes. And I ripped this box as well, and I think I just kind of gave up on that one and said, oh, I'll just use only the Twinings label. And then I'm using a little, it's like whiteout, but with glue. I find that pretty much no matter what brand you get, it ends up kind of going sideways after a little bit. I find that they don't work very well long term, which is unfortunate, but it doesn't make the paper bubble up in the same way that glue does, and so that's a win, I guess. Next up is the Dopa menu, and this part has a little bit more decoration and ornamentation, I guess. I wanted to make it pretty, and I wanted to use some stamps I have, so obviously first I decided that I needed to clean all the ink off of my stamps, which was definitely not a waste of time, and I ended up actually not using many of these stamps in the spread, which is unfortunate considering the amount of effort I put into cleaning them. So here I am gluing things in, and I actually still have not finished writing in my Dopa menu section. I will explain later why I didn't do that for you guys to see, but y'all get to watch the purely decoration portion, and also my inability to know my own alphabet. The amount of thinking I needed to do on a lot of this. And here I'm trying to use alcohol markers to make the stamps pretty colors rather than just black or orange, which are the ink colors that I have. They did not turn out as well as I had hoped, which is unfortunate because a lot of the stamps I did on the lined paper did bleed through. And I knew that I would have some stamp problems and or spelling problems if I tried to do this directly onto my notebook, so I decided to do little cutouts. I know that there's a book that exists of, they're like ransom note stickers, something like this, but I've kind of pledged myself that I'm not going to be buying any more stickers until I use all of my scrapbooking materials I currently have. So I figured I would just make my own and use them, but I didn't make enough E's, and so then I have some very, very light E's. When it's on my last word on desserts, there are some very faint E's. This was a super fun project, and it did take quite a while, but I just had on some kind of easy listening music, and I don't remember if I had a candle going or not, but it was quite relaxing. I really enjoyed my time doing this, even if not everything went completely according to plan. She's done. That took me 45 minutes. It was relaxing. I have not yet filled out my Dopa menu. The example I used had things such as square breathing. I think shopping was on there, which I don't like, but whatever. Let me see what else was on there. Box breathing, washing your face, a face and neck massage. I'm assuming that that's a face and neck massage that you give yourself. Petting a cat. I wish I could do that, but the nearest cat cafe is 25 minutes away and $36 to get in. So I'm not doing that. Listen to a high energy song, warm eye compress, go for a walk outside, do yoga, make a healthy meal, read a book, take a shower, declutter, create something, meditate, do one chore, go out for coffee, go thrifting, play video games, or watch a movie. Those are the examples I found from Pinterest. Mine will be different. I made a promise to myself when I started posting more journaling content that y'all are not going to see my handwriting, which isn't actually true. I don't care if you see my handwriting, but I kind of need to set that boundary, because otherwise when I'm journaling, I start to censor myself as I write, which I don't like, because it's supposed to be a place for me to find my inner self and inner meaning and vent, and if I'm curating it all to post on the internet, that defeats the point. So I try not to do that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun making it. Like, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube things. If you want more of this, leave a comment. I love those. Those make me really happy. And I will see y'all next time. Doodles!